Hello, welcome to our Nerd In. We are very excited to have you here. Let us know in the comments what you're working on tonight. If it's writing, reading, planning out your week, crafting, knitting, whatever it might be. We'll start with Caitlin. What are you up to tonight?
I'm going to write again tonight.
Nice.
I'm still working. I did actually start writing the Shiny New Idea last week,
Ooh.
but I feel like this is going to be more novella length, so it's going to be a lot shorter, and I'm just kind of running with it. I'm already like almost halfway through, so
Okay.
I'm going to try for like 700 words. It's going to be like my goal for today.
Curious, at what point do we like call you on it when you haven't gone back to your main project?
When we see each other in real life, if I have not gone back to my main project, be like, there's a problem here. Shiny new object syndrome.
Kyra, what about you?
I've got a query critique I'm gonna do for someone, and then let's see. I want to try maybe writing a shiny new idea. It's been a while since I've really been drafting, so I kind of want to dip my toes.
Do it.
I'm not like a sad book writer, but I got it into my head that I wanted to write a sad book. And Taylor Swift just dropped a sad album, so it really feels like now's the time, you know?
All right. And Kelly?
I'm going to be doing my usual Sunday evening, plan the week ahead, try to catch up on the couple things I was supposed to have finished this week that I haven't, for the best.
Nice. I am going to be writing, so. Chapter 20, here I come.
Nice. Hello to Misty Kate.
Yes.
My brain feels like such mush today.
I feel like I've had one of those weekends that like feels like it lasted forever, but it also doesn't feel like it was long enough.
Ooh, and Griselda, I also saw that she had her new website set up. I haven't looked at it yet.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So I have a quick question. What does everyone feel about books including playlists in the beginning? So I've read 2 books this year that have included playlists, like song title, band name in the front. I just started reading Butcher and Blackbird, and they have it set up to where it's like every chapter has like a song or 2 underneath of it. And it's a very interesting setup. And it's like, I haven't actually listened to the songs along with the chapters yet. But like, is that a thing that people are doing now? Is that like a popular thing that's happening? Or did I just so happen to read 2 books that have that included?
I wouldn't say it's a popular thing. I've seen it a couple times.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The one book that comes to mind is like the one Colleen Hoover book I've read, where music featured heavily in like the storyline, because one of them was a musician, and so she hired someone to like write the music for like the lyrics that she had written, and so then you could listen to it when the song was being talked about in the book, which I thought was cool. Kind of cool.
I just remembered Kelsey Mackey did that, but they produced like she did her own music, and there's like QR codes in like illustrations throughout the book, and I thought that was really cool. But that was all like self-produced. She made the music. Whereas this was just like, hey, here's a bunch of random songs that go along with the vibe. Enjoy. So like I remember seeing something like Hank Green had posted about like, I think he wanted to put in like actual lyrics of the song as the song like in his book, and apparently it was like ridiculously expensive, so we decided not to do it. But I guess I didn't put that together with like people like posting their actual playlists like in the book and not like as like a social media marketing kind of thing.
I'd be curious if anyone, I'm sure, like how many people are actually checking these playlists out?
Right.
Yeah,
there are not a lot of people who I care enough about their music taste or their books to like go open my Spotify and
yeah, and like if I saw that there were some songs in there that I liked, like, oh, they have good taste, I'll check out the other ones, but I don't even know that I've read them close enough to have any sense of it. Just skip.
Like, I'm 4 chapters into Butcher and Blackbird, and I totally forgot about the fact that there were songs assigned to each chapter until earlier today. And it's like, I don't know if I have the desire to go like look up the songs, but it struck me that they were even there and structured the way that it was, where it was like each chapter has specific songs. And it's like, I know that when I write, I'm very like music heavy. So like I have private playlists for like each one of like my writings, but it's like, I don't know how I feel about it being like in the text, if that makes sense. It was just something new.
Yeah, well, someone who also like is very like, I gotta have my playlist for the book, and that like is how I do a lot, like brainstorming and character and vibes. I don't need anyone else to know what the playlist is.
Yeah, like that playlist is for me. Like,
yeah, well, not only do I not need them to know, I think I like almost don't want them to sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to know. For one thing, it's like, what if I say like, this is the song that inspired it, and they're like, this isn't anything like the song, and it's like, oh,
right. Or it's like,
humbled.
this is not the vibe I picked up at all. And it's like, well, as a reader, you have the right to pick up any vibe that you want to pick up in the writing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it bothers me, but it doesn't do anything for me either.
Yeah. And then I think it's interesting having like the opposite side of that, where the narrative mentions songs or books or TV shows and they're made up, and you're like, wait, no, I actually would like to check that out.
Yeah, I think it was Butcher and Blackbird. It was today. There was a Zoolander quote in it. I'm like, how many people picking this up today that like aren't millennials have watched Zoolander? Like, is that still like a really popular thing, or is it like a cult classic millennial thing?
I haven't seen it.
Because it was a straight up quote, and they even said Zoolander. I just thought that was kind of bizarre. It fit the moment. Like, I understood it.
They probably even said Zoolander because it wasn't like a recent enough reference that a lot of people would get it on their own at this point.
Like, it was the part where he's like, the files are in the computer. Like, that's the exact quote that they use. I'm like, if that quote was there in and of itself, I would be like, oh, that's from Zoolander. But like the fact that they did it, they had to reference that it was from Zoolander. It's a decent book so far. I haven't gotten far enough into it to know if I like it yet or not. It's interesting.
Yeah, I've heard good things, but not a lot of specific things. Andrew, if at any point you want to type up how you felt about the new Taylor Swift album, we very much would like to hear. Speaking for myself and probably Kyra, but Leah and Kaylin can absolutely also read it.
I'll chime in as a normal person. I have not listened to it yet. I'm intimidated because I heard it was like 30 songs.
I would listen to it in 2 parts. There's like kind of 2 distinct albums.
Gotcha. I saw that there's apparently like, if you retweet or rethread something that Taylor posted on Threads, like you get like a little like emblem on your profile, and like it's like a weird script, so no one knew what it was. So all I've seen today was like people post that image of like the little emblem, and I'm like, what is this? Why does so many people have it?
As a social media manager, I am just very happy that Taylor Swift picked a new platform, because like I feel like I've been a little bit waiting, like no one really knows what the fate of Twitter is and where's everybody going to go. I feel like Taylor Swift picking a lane will help just move things along.
She speaks.
That said, why did she pick the only lane that I'm not currently at least having to count on? As I have an Instagram account, so it wouldn't be I don't know. It's kind of interesting with the like thinking of them almost as 2 albums among our little listen party. I think Megan and I don't even feel like I scratched the surface of the second part yet. Like I've been a little overwhelmed, I'm gonna be honest. But my initial like favorites were all in the first half, as were Megan's. And Kelly and Megan's sister, who was listening with us, like loved the second half.
Yeah, we were both just like typing back and forth over Snapchat about like, this feels like, I feel like I'm over-referencing Taylor Swift stuff, but the next Folklore Evermore mystery missing album of just like, it filled my heart so much. Like, oh, this is Woodvale. I know. So it was a good time.
I like all of it. I just my like initial like I just didn't latch on to more of the songs from the first one, and I am like I kind of got to a point where I'm like we're just gonna savor this album release. We're gonna not try to to feel like we need to know all the words to all the songs by the end of the weekend, and so I'm sure.
I would have anxiety like if I was going to any of her tour stops like within the next like few weeks, because I feel like that's a lot of pressure. Like, what if she does play one of the new songs, and it's like I don't know the words yet.
There's a couple weeks before it kicks up again.
Oh, okay. Because I just
And
seen a
like-
bunch of people are like she's mid tour, so I assume that she was like currently touring like right now.
Yeah, she went on a break between kind of legs to do this, and now we're all just waiting to see if this will change the tour at all, or it's a good time to be a Swiftie.
You have been given a lot of content. Wow, Andrew, you are on top of it. Welcome, Erin.
I've been so tempted to make a joke in the Slack of, because Erin had said just grabbing tea like 15 minutes ago, and I was going, and then she was never heard from again. But like, oh, something bad happened. It'd be bad if I joked.
It would be poisoned by my own tea. I don't know. I don't know what can happen when you make tea. How's it dangerous? No.
You could
Have
scald
you seen
yourself.
Final Destination?
Yeah. Oh, good point. Yes.
I was doing my nails in your honor anyway, so.
Excellent. We need to have at least one person doing their nails.
Erin, how did all your editing shenanigans go? Are you on like a super deadline now, or?
No, I'm waiting to be given my super deadline because they're putting all the edits with the copy edits. So it will be super edit by the time that it gets to me. So it'll be like a little bit like a copy edits on steroids, I think. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what that looks like.
I'd love to do a chat at some point about like how you went through cutting down word count of just like what words to trim when you were doing the like really nitty gritty. I still think it's kind of insane that you had to do that before having to go back to other copy edits, but
yeah, it is. But yeah, Sylvia gave me a really good tip of just like don't go through the whole thing and try to edit, cut words out, like just go chapter by chapter and like calculate how many words you have to get out of every chapter in order to reach like the word count you want. And I was like, why have I never thought of this before? Like, why did that's such a simple thing. And when I did it worked really, really well. And I'm like, why has my brain never just like, it seems reasonably simple, but anyways, works good. Highly recommend.
We are nearing an hour. How's it going for everyone? Let us know in the comments.
Sorry, I was just finishing a thought.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Dev Copper says, silence is the foundation for creativity. All great artists know this.
I didn't get any actual writing done, but I did do planning for the scene. So a little bit done.
That counts.
Yeah.
I wound up. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, and I said just how about the rest of y'all?
Okay. I wound up with only like 300 new words because I wound up going like back into the previous chapter just to like find like the vibe I left off at. But I wound up editing that chapter instead of writing new words, but I'll take 300.
Yeah.
I ended up doing a bit of journaling and then planning for my day's edits tomorrow. Different edits than the coming edits. I'm just internally editing. That's where I live.
Mostly editing.
Yes. That's where I live now.
Andrew's been trying to condense his thoughts on the Torture Poets Department into a live stream sized comment. I was unsuccessful.
I think it's funny. My sister-in-law was over here on Friday for dinner, and we were talking about the album. And I was like, I can't not think of the Dead Poet Society when I think of the name. And I'm like, I wonder if that was intentional. And then I just heard that in the music video, she actually got 2 of the actors from the movie to be in the music video. So it's like, okay, I like that now. I also saw the picture of her with like Post Malone's tattoos on her face. I have to watch the video.
It's pretty good.
It's also not lost on me that the first single is called Fortnite. Which is a whole other different obsession that I have.
That's something I'm going to try to do this week. I keep not getting around to it, but I do want to try it since you and I have both been into it. Also, Andrew, the Discord is always available to you. I will leave it open just in case you happen to have thoughts. Because I don't know. I'm still very much in processing mode, but I'm enjoying hearing other people's thoughts. I want to plan and have like such a productive week next week, but I'm so tired right now. So it's just hard to keep doing things. For Misty Kate. No, the actors were Josh Charles and Ethan Hawke. At first, I didn't get the reference. Like, I'd seen the movie, but a long time ago. So I'm like, why are these 2 actors in this music video? It's very strange. Like, I get Taylor Swift can get anyone she wants, but okay. Hoping we get some more music videos.
I kind of suspect that like the Spotify clip for I Can Change Him, No Really I Can is like different, that like it looks like maybe it, I don't know.
I don't know. I kind of want like I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, which is like the only poppy song on the album for anyone who hasn't listened, but it's about like being brokenhearted and then having to do the Eras tour and be super upbeat. So having like a half acted that keeps like, so she's crumbling to the floor, but then she's like hitting the stage on the Eras tour and just like super cut with clips.
That'd be cool.
I'm very into that. And seeing people in the like comments on videos talking about how, oh, well, she was already with Travis Kelce by the time I saw her show, so she wasn't sad, so I don't have to feel bad about it, right? Andrew just said that song makes me feel so guilty. I don't think you need to.
Yeah. It's like I can see how that would be a hard thing to do, sad, but also my corporate job where I sit at a desk and make charts all day is hard when I'm sad.
Yeah. Although I do like the torture of having to like sing the albums about
Yeah.
awful. Not to diminish corporate sad.
Corporate sad. Isn't that just like the state of corporate in general? Corporate sadness is eternal.
Sadness TM.
So next week we are doing a games night for the first time in a long time. Des is hosting some sort of RPG adventure that they haven't shared the specifics about yet, but it'll just be like a one-off, quick-ish thing. So that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah. And hopefully you all have good weeks. Thanks for hanging out with us for our Nerd In. And see you next week.
Bye.